camera. All right.
It worked.
I just started doing this.
And I didn't know it was warm out.
I had to go in and change shirts. I said, well, I said, you gotta.
Yeah, I remember that too. Make it shine good anyway.
Yeah, oh Lord, he loved to wash the car.
Yeah.
He'd wash the car and
shining clean.
Yeah. You remember that old was it a Torino you had front wheel drive? Was it a Torino? Tornado.
Oldsmobile Tornado.
Oh Lord, that about got us killed, didn't it?
Yeah, I remember Merle Quisenberry stopped me one time. Come across pulled out of Big Creek High School, come by the bridge and wide open smoke blowing off the tires, and he pulling out of the cove, and he got me that day.
I remember.
He said, next time he didn't give me no ticket. He just said, next time I catch you driving like that, so I'll take you out and give you a good whooping.
I remember Merle. He meant that.
Yeah.
Again, we had that Tornado. He had that Tornado, and we were coming one time down there, not Buchanan, but down there Yukon, and we were flying. You were flying. I was driving. We got up out of that intersection. It turned back toward Creta or War, and somehow you hit the brake, and that thing turned around and around in the road. I remember, and turned around 3 or 4 times and slid off in the dirt. And we were driving that one time. Remember when we used to throw firecrackers out all the time, or M80s?
Yeah.
That's back when we had real firecrackers.
Yeah.
I remember we got to throw one out one time, and it hit the window and fell in the floorboard. I remember that. I can't remember where my truck is sometimes, but I remember about going deaf.
Yeah.
It's a wonder we lived.
So like back then, it seemed like the faster the better.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the Nova?
I traded that Nova for something. It rusted out real bad around the windshield and the back glass, and I wish I'd still had that thing, but I traded it off. Man, it was I loved it. I got pictures of it. I still look at pictures every once in a while of that thing. I think about old cars and stuff like that. And me and Danny Wingo get to talking all the time. Not Danny Wingo, but Wolf. We get to talking a lot of times about Wingo. No, yeah, Danny Wingo. But we get to talking sometimes about cars and stuff. And he gets to bragging his up awful lot, but I don't believe him. I think he's talking about how fast his was and everything. I tell you, I think about old David Deal. Remember him?
Yeah, and, remember David Deal well.
I really like David. I miss him. A lot of people there were gone, man. I don't know. They're
seems like they died at a too early age.
Yeah.
Went too soon.
Yeah. Maybe we're getting old and don't know it.
Well, I heard you say the other day you're 65.
I'm 65. Yeah.
I'm 67.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Only good thing about getting old is getting that Social Security check. Now that's a whole nother world.
Yeah, that helps.
I'm telling you, that's like hitting the lottery for me. I thought, now what are you going to do with more money than that? And but I think about that growing up, and I think about, well, tell me about brothers and sisters. Do you ever have any of those? I can't remember.
Brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I can't
remember. You remember Carol?
Right.
Well, she's in North Carolina.
Building a new house, isn't she?
Yeah, they're building a new house down there for the. I don't know. He builds a lot of houses.
Yeah,
stays busy.
I know.
She gardens. Come down and work, but I'm trying to get out of that.
No, you don't need to do that.
No. Then you got Wilma, she's down in North Carolina too.
Right.
And Betty, she's still at Tazewell. Brenda, she's down around Abingdon.
Old ugly Tommy.
Tommy's in Martinsville.
Yeah.
He's a little ill at me right now.
Over the election. Yeah.
Over the election.
Well, you remember when Billy got hit in the eye with that hook? Fishing.
Yeah, the fishing hook.
Yeah, got hit in the eye. I remember that.
Yeah. He passed away.
Yeah, I did.
4 years.
Did he have kidney? What was the problem?
He had, I don't know, kidney, heart,
right.
lungs, and
right. I knew he had some battles. I know he really did.
He had that kidney transplant, but he never did take care of himself. He drove tractor trailer across country a lot, and then
that's rough on his
he'd
kidneys.
miss his appointments, and rough on his kidneys and everything.
Yeah.
And he went back driving for a long time. I don't know how he made it. He was like a dead person driving that truck.
Yeah.
Finally, doctors took him out.
Yeah.
Didn't live long after that.
I remember one time Tommy worked for me at McDonald's in Bluefield when I was up there. And Tommy took things real literal. He would always take things real literally. And I remember he was working for me up there at McDonald's. And I told him one time he was working maintenance. And I said, I want you to clean this bathroom good. And I want to make sure you clean the toilet and stuff real good. I want everything to shine. wanted to do a real good job on it. So I was fooling around doing something and getting ready to leave anyway. But about 30 minutes later, I got in my car and started to leave. And I come around outside, and he had took the toilet out and had it outside. And he was scrubbing it and cleaned it all over. And he said, "I'm cleaning it real good." I remember it like it's yesterday.
Probably so.
I just waved at him, but he took it right to
Yeah.
heart. He took it to heart. And I see Carol doing good. She's come through,
Yeah.
doing good health wise. Seems like she's walking and gardening.
Yes, well, she had the kidney transplant
Right.
too.
Yeah,
It's
but
been a
she's
few years back, but she's done real well with
done
hers.
real well, hasn't she?
I think she got a kidney from a younger kid.
She's done exceptionally well. That's well. I think about that, and I don't know. I think what. Tell me this, Ken. When we think about memories from when you're growing up, what are some memories that stand out in your mind?
Well,
Good ones, not bad ones.
not bad. Well, I remember a lot. I remember the first time I met you, I come down to the yard, and everybody probably smoked a cigarette or something.
Right.
And I pulled out a cigarette out of my
Right.
shirt pocket, and I
Right.
think maybe Boo or Jimmy was up in a tree with you, and y'all looked at him and said, "We don't do it down
Yeah.
here," and I threw it away and never did smoke a cigarette after that.
Saved you a lot of money.
Yeah.
I never. One time I took one of those. I think Ricky Beavers gave it to me. We was somewhere doing something, and I remember it wanted to look bad, and I put it behind my ear.
Yeah.
And then when I got down the railroad tracks, I dug a hole and buried it. I didn't want the Lord to see it. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I think about that. Ain't it something?
Yeah.
What about growing up? What about those ponies? My Lord, didn't we have ponies?
It kept. Remember, I think a little pony
Black
kept
one?
on Beach Hill. Is then we got Tommy on it. Never did. I think it's a little white pale. But we got Tommy on it one time. It never did want to run, so we got behind and started whooping. It took on out towards and roads up Beach Hill, just absolutely fine. He's hanging on for everything he had. But after that, they never had no problem running.
What it done was, what we did was, we had a pony, and it would get in a little jog, but never would gallop.
No.
So that wasn't good for us. So what we done, we got these long sticks that were like switches, sticks. And we told Tommy, "You come down through here, and when you come, we're going to jump out and light into it." And he rode past us right there, and we jumped out of the steps right there where y'all live. We jumped out, and we took the whipping. I think we hit Tommy a little bit too. And we jumped out on that pony, started yelling and whipping, and it run so fast. It took off immortally flying. And we didn't see Tommy for about 30 minutes. It was flying. And but after that, you could just sort of holler at it, and it would take off running. They had that little black pony we called Tiny Tim, I believe. Little black pony we had there. And we would keep ponies. We would find an abandoned house, wouldn't we? And put the pony right in it, didn't we?
I think that house over from where we lived on Beach Hill.
At Green,
second house.
It was green and white.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was.
And keep the feed right. It was Miss Beach's house.
Yeah.
And we would put a pony inside the house, somebody's house that they wasn't using, and put the feed right in the closet, in the bedroom. Put the pony right in the house. We didn't see nothing wrong with that, did we?
No, but I remember. I think later on we took it up to the farm, turned it loose, didn't we?
I can't remember.
And it gave the other horses, their show horses, mange, like never heard any of it from Eddie Dash.
I don't remember.
I remember that. He said, "Well, I don't think Dickie liked too many animals out in that field."
No.
Dickie came in and said, "I hope that's a deer I saw going across that field out there," but it was that old pony we had.
Well, we rode ponies like bicycles, though, didn't we? Then
Yeah.
I mean, we rode them. It wasn't like they were ponies.
Yeah.
We'd tie them up anywhere too. We'd tie them up and let them pick all day somewhere.
Yeah. I'll bet remember the mini bike you had down the tracks.
Lord, we love riding mini bikes.
Turn it over and get scratched up
on gosh.
On the gravel.
Ride them mini bikes. I remember when Mark Stutzo, his dad bought a mini bike, first two-stroke bike we seen. It was called a Benelli. Brought it in there. I remember smoke coming out of it, and we was all fascinated by that. And we'd ride them mini bikes. There's nothing left of them. I love the sound of a Briggs & Stratton motor. Now I still think about it. Reminds me when I was young.
Yeah.
When I hear that old motor crank up on one of them I love hearing that pulley turn and that little noise.